안녕하세요 여러분들. 여러분들의 영어 선생님 가브리엘입니다. 제가 11년 동안 영어 가르치면서 우리 학생에 대한 특징을 좀 봤어요. I've noticed three main characteristics of my students, and today I'm going to talk about those three. Number one, the grammar master, 문법 마스터입니다. That means that tests are no issue for them. They're really great at solving problems. They know every single thing about apostrophes, commas, and they're really amazing. 근데 스피킹 해야 될 때 얼음이 되는 거예요. 입이 막 붙어 있고 뭔가 말이 참 잘 안 나와요. 아이고 아쉬워요. 트고 다 아는데 이거 왜냐면 when you're practicing grammar and writing, you're not practicing that output of speaking. Speaking is very important. 그러면 어떻게 해야 되는지 영어는 집처럼 생각하세요. Think about it like a house. In the house, what do you build first? The base. You need a thick cement base to build the house. This is your input, listening and everything that comes in, reading. You need the base to build a strong house. Then you have your structure, the wood that goes up. 이거 바로 문법입니다. You can build a house, but you can't complete it without the walls. And what are the walls? Your output, your writing. 그러면은 이 문법 마스터분들이 이 아웃풋도 필요한 겁니다. 그럼 어떻게 해야 할까요? First, you have to make a structure for your output. So here's what I recommend. Time yourself speaking in English every day. You're forcing yourself to do this. Choose one or two topics and then talk about that topic constantly for 1 minute. Set a small goal for yourself first and then work up from there. 1분 편해지면 그러면 2분, 2분 편해지면 3분. 뭐 2, 3 토픽 다 선택하고 그 토픽에 대해서 혼자말로 얘기하는 거예요. Another good thing to do is to record yourself. 뭐 처음에는 안 들어도 돼요. 근데 나중에 뭐 한 달 뒤, 몇 주 뒤에서 그거 다시 들으면 아, 나 많이 좋아졌구나. 이런 거는 스스로 깨달을 수 있으니까 되게 좋아요. 두 번째는 the flame out. 이거 무슨 뜻일까요? This means we start with a big passion. We're ready. 저 오늘 하루 100단어를 외울 거예요. 아니면은 저 3시까지 미드를 볼 거예요. 이런 거는 와, 나 파이어. 나 할 수 있어. 근데 이거 문제냐면은 너무 패션이 넘치는데 그러면 어떻게 되는 거예요? You burn out. 너무 어려우니까 아유 이제 너무 힘들어서 못 하겠다. Then you stop. So at first, woohoo, the flame, and then out. This is what we call flame out. Now, how can we prevent against this? I'm going to tell you about 2 students that I had. First, her name was Lisa. Now, in the beginning, she had trouble. We had vocab tests, and they were difficult for her. But she was consistent. Every day, she studied a little bit about those vocab tests. And even in the beginning, it was still a little bit hard, but consistently, she tried and kept going. And eventually, she is an amazing speaker, and she does so well. This is because of her constant, consistent effort. Now, another student was really good, and he really put in the effort at first. He tried really hard. He did the extra mile. 근데 너무 열심히 해가지고 약간, a burnout came. And then he said, teacher, I'm tired. And he ended up having to take a break. Now, after you take a break, it's really hard to get started again. That means you're already behind the other people that started with you. So, who do you think turned out better in the end? Lisa. She kept that constant effort. 그래서 이분들이 어떻게 해야 할까요? Make a small goal for yourself. 너무 크게 막 passionate하게 너무 좋은데 너무 크게 하면은 eventually you will burn out. 그래서 작은 걸 잡아요. Maybe you want to do a short daily routine. Memorize 2 or 3 phrases and then make sentences with those phrases to make them your own. 아니면 listen to something and shadow it. Make that small routine every day. 그리고 mark this routine. You need to make a habit. Now, we have a book, it's 항상 Square, that 66 days makes a routine. Now, you can use this. Use stickers to mark those daily routines. Put a calendar on your wall and mark every day that you do it. 그러면은 그 스티커를 붙이면서 어떤 기분일까요? 와, 자랑스럽죠? Then you can feel that, and you feel that effort that you put in there. You see all of your hard work. 그러면은 또 오래오래 consistent하게 할 수 있어요. 그럼 이렇게 하는 게 좋습니다. 그리고 세 번째 특징은 완벽자주의입니다. This is very common in Korean. The perfectionist. 제가 뭐 잘못 말하면 어쩌지? 내 발음을 듣고 웃으면 어떡해? This is a big problem. People or students worry too much about their mistakes. And then what happens? 아예 그냥 말하지 않는 거예요. 이거 저는 너무 아쉬워요. So in this case, if you're worried too much about the mistakes you're going to make, what can you do? 이것도 바로 연습입니다, 여러분들. Now, in my academy, a lot of times we do presentation. And in presentations, 아무리 연습해도 사람들이 앞에 가서 긴장되는 거예요. 그럼 긴장되고 실수로 나올 수밖에 없는 상황이에요. 그러면 그때 그 실수를 어떻게 잡히는지, 어떻게 하는지 되게 중요해요. Now, if you make a mistake and you stop, this is when there's a problem. Think about it. Nice to meet. 바로 듣는 사람이 그때 알아차는 거예요. 실수를 했구나. Then you have to make a plan for what to do when you make a mistake. Maybe create a couple questions that you can ask. Maybe, do you like something? Or something easy that you don't have to worry about. Now, when you're talking with someone and you make a mistake, practice just going through it. Now, this may sound easy. It's not that easy when you do it, but you have to try. Don't get stuck. Don't try and go back. Accept the mistake and move on. I have an example for you. 지난주에 저희 PD님 어떤 얘기를 저한테 했어요. I see. 근데 저 PD님 되게 멋진 목소리 가지고 있어요. She sounds really cool. She has a deep voice. 근데 이거 문제 왔냐면은 if you say I see with a deep voice, 예를 들면 I see, 약간 환하게 들리는 거예요. So she didn't know that. And I told her, hey, instead of I see, raising your tone a little bit and saying, hey, sounds good, or that sounds good to me, would be a really great way to fix that. Otherwise, people might think you sound angry because your voice is really deep and nice. She said, oh, really? Thanks so much. And she used that. 바로 써먹었어요. 그날. 그거 너무 좋은 mindset이에요. That's the type of mindset I want to recommend to you. Don't be worried about mistakes. If you make them, 그 실수를 바로 배우는 찬스입니다, 여러분들. You can learn from that mistake. Of course, making the same mistake over and over and over again is not good, but you're not going to do that, right? We learn from our mistakes. Mistakes are opportunities. They are not bad. 제가 하고 싶은 말 바로 그겁니다. 그럼 여러분들, what type of person increased or gets better the fastest? Now, honestly, there isn't one type or kind of trait that makes you faster at learning. However, there is a way for you to learn in a quicker, more effective way, and that's combining your learning styles. We want to have auditory, visual, and social. Now, auditory is your input. Listening is so underestimated in English, and it is very, very important. Listen and repeat. 반복, 반복, 반복. You want to do it as much as you can. In my book that's coming out soon, we have a recording for every diary entry that comes out. Listen to this and repeat it. Listen and repeat until you have it memorized. Second, visual. This means when you're writing down new words or phrases, I like using diaries, make it colorful, draw pictures, create some kind of picture, maybe mind mapping. Put your new word in the middle and then different related words to go with it. And then create your own color-coded examples to go along with it. And last, social. Now this part can also be a little bit harder because we're pushing ourselves out of our boundaries. You want to join a group of people and force yourself to speak English in that situation. Maybe You might join a foreigner group. You can find them if you look online. Find something that you're interested in, maybe hiking or tennis or playing games. Join that group and speak in English during that time. Those phrases that you learned through input, use them. Try. Put them out there. Now, having this auditory, visual, and then social thing, why is this important? It creates a cycle. First, our input is putting this in our mind. Then, the visual is putting it in our memory. And then output is making this phrase my own. 이거 내 걸로 만드는 겁니다. 그럼 this 계속 cycle going around creates a faster and quicker, more effective way of learning for you. So if you are consistent and you do all of these things, maybe a little bit, find out your own traits and work with them. You know, being one of these traits is not a bad thing. You can just figure out, 저는 이런 특징이 있구나. 그럼 이렇게 해야 되는구나. 앞으로 어떻게 해야 하는지 아시면 돼요. There's no bad thing about language learning. There's no mistakes that you can make. You just need to believe in yourself and have confidence in your own ability. I believe in you, and I will help you along the way. 그럼 오늘은 여기까지입니다. 오늘도 재밌었습니다, 여러분들. Bye bye. I hear a lot of mistakes with favorite because it's a really common word that almost all English students know,